I talk to a lot of people every day, and a lot of them that I talk to, they they kind of like ask a very like surface level questions, and then that's kind of really it. They don't really go deeper from there. So like I think a lot of men more suffer from this just because of how men naturally communicate anyways. So for what I mean by surface level questions is like this. So ladies, you can more than likely agree with me here. So men will say, for example, where are you from? Oh, cool. What are you doing at this gym? Oh, cool. Hey, what do you do for fun? Oh, wow, that's great. Hey, do you do anything else for fun? Oh, okay, cool, sick, man. Well, hey, I mean, like, do you like going out or partying at all, or what? So that's just some examples. You see how in each one of those questions, I asked one question and I moved on to a different question and then a different question and then a different question. That's what I mean by surface level. So in this video, I want to teach you guys how to actually like build a real connection with somebody, because men, when we talk to a girl, for example, we want to get to know that girl to some extent. Like you might like now, depending on the girl, you might say like, oh, men just want to have sex with you. Well, that's not totally true. Like, for example, like for me, I value genuine connections with men and more so with women than I do men. I don't really go out of my way to talk to dudes, but when it comes to talking to people in general, I've always been very like wanting to get to know somebody. And so let's talk about how we create real connection, because it's very easy to do when you know how to do it. And I think that's what just stops most people is how. All right. So if you like what you see in this video before I go into this, please give the video a thumbs up, man. I would really appreciate that. You would help promote the channel into YouTube's algorithm. Alrighty, guys. So all we want to do is when we ask a question, it is totally cool to start off with a surface level question. Like, for example, I know one of the questions I used to ask was, hey, what do you do for fun? When you want to ask something, like if you want to spice that question up, hey, what do you enjoy doing that when you do it, it makes you feel really happy? Or, hey, what do you enjoy doing in your free time that when you do it, you feel so good on the inside? That's a different way to ask the question, like, what do you do for fun? And that kind of question is more personal. It's more of an advanced question because we're eliciting a specific emotion, and that is more personal than just what do you do for fun. The answer you're going to get from asking a question like that is going to be a little deeper and more personal than like what do you do for fun. Like for an example, if I ask any single white girl here in Florida, what do you do for fun? Every single fucking time I get, I don't know, I like going to the beach, okay? And then from there I have to say, well, okay, I mean, like you and every other girl, like is there anything else you like doing? So that's what I mean. Like you would have to do some more digging. But if you ask them a question like what do you enjoy doing that when you do it, you feel so good on the inside, you might get the same answer. Oh, I like going to the beach. But then you can say, well, what about going to the beach makes you feel really good? And then they're going to have to explain that. But them explaining why going to the beach makes them feel really good is more personal than you saying, well, what do you like about the beach? Do you see what I mean? Because we're trying to get them to explain a specific emotion. However, the easy way to create a real connection is just to get somebody to talk about themselves. Humans are very selfish, guys. People love talking about women, especially. Women especially love talking about themselves. However, if we can demonstrate to somebody that we want to get to know them on a deeper personal level, if they're willing to communicate with us, if they're willing to tell us that, because I have talked to people and when I ask them questions trying to get to know them, they feel like it's an attack on them. They get very offended by me trying to do that. I don't recommend talking to people like that, but you do you. I personally don't recommend that. So if we're going to ask these questions, is all we want to do is if we ask them for example, hey, where are you from originally? You don't sound like you're from Florida. Oh, because I live in Florida. They might say, oh, I'm actually not. I'm from Missouri. Now, from here, instead of going on to the next question, oh, that's cool, man. Yeah, hey, well, what do actually the next, something else from here. Like if we ask them, what do you enjoy about Missouri? Where are you from originally? Missouri. Oh, okay. Then you could just ask them another question. Well, what do you enjoy doing for fun? But from here, if we know they're from Missouri, oh, how long did you live in Missouri before you moved to Florida? What did you like about Missouri? What did you love about Missouri? Do you miss Missouri at all? Would you move back to Missouri if you could, or do you prefer Florida? What about Florida do you like that you didn't like in Missouri? Do you have anybody up in Missouri that you still go back there often? Okay, so I want you to understand that all of these little questions that I just asked, each one of these, I took their statement, I'm from Missouri, And now I'm asking them questions relating to Missouri. These are all expanding onto they gave me an answer. I'm from Missouri. Now I'm expanding on what life was like in Missouri. What do they like about it? What they don't like about it? Do they like Florida more? Would they go back? Do they have family there? Is there anything you can do in Missouri that you can't do in Florida? What do you miss about it? What do you like about Florida? You see all of these questions. These are all very personal because I'm trying to see their likes and their dislikes. All I'm doing is asking more questions based on the answer that they gave me. How long have you been working out at the gym for? Oh, I've been coming to this gym for 4 years now, actually. Well, you look amazing. What got you into working out originally? And then they're going to tell you, I've had girls, for example, say, oh, I was just really overweight. And then I've had one girl that said I was really, I think, anemic. I think that's the opposite, if I'm not mistaken. So I've had both interests. Well, that's amazing. You look incredible, man. Now, if you looked back at what the person you were and then the girl that you are now, like, would you say, like, are you proud of yourself? Do you like the way you look? And then they're going to give you an answer. And then you can say, oh, awesome. Have you ever thought about like competing, or like when you work out, do you just work out because it relieves stress? Or like you can continue to ask them more questions based on the specific topic that you're talking about. So all we're doing here by asking one question and then going deeper based on their answer, and deeper, all deeper means, to simplify this, to create the real connection, to get to know somebody at a more personal level. When you ask them a question, take their answer and ask more questions based on the answer that they gave you. This way, you're getting them to explain personal reasons or personal answers. And then not only that, you're never going to run out of anything to say because you can always just ask another question based on the answer that they gave you. Now, if they give you an answer that you can't really work with, like if it's very short, you can ask them something like I wish I can't really give you a specific one off the top of my head, but because I was at the farmer's market today, if I asked her, go, hey, how long, or hey, do you come to this farmer's market often? No, not really. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, have you been here before? Or is this like your first time? Yeah, no, this is my first time coming. Oh, dude, that's amazing. I mean, we've only been here, we just met, but like it's your first time here. Do you like it so far, or is it one of those things where it's like one and done? Oh, I mean, I really like it so far. Oh, awesome. Well, tell me more about that. Like, what about the farmers market have you found so far that makes you really like it? So if they give you questions that very short answers, I fucking hate when people give me very short answers. However, depending on the question that you ask them, they might not be able to give you a very illicit response. And so from there, you're either going to have to get them to expand on that short answer if you can. You can say something like, hey, well, I'm not really understanding what you mean by that. Can you help me? Like, you would just ask them to expand on that. Or at that point, you can just move on to another question. Okay, it's always acceptable if they give you an answer to a question that you literally can't do anything with. It's acceptable at that point in time to ask them a different surface level question, because then you might be able to go deeper from there. So that is going to be how you create real connections with people. Remember, guys, the whole point of this is when you ask them questions, you want to ask them deeper questions, because with the deeper questions, you're getting them to tell you like the inner thoughts in their head based on the questions that you ask. And again, if you're demonstrating to somebody that you're trying to get to know them on a deeper level and they're willing to talk to you, there's gonna be like a subconscious like connection there. They're gonna feel like you want to get to know them, and that's gonna make them feel like you care, and you're gonna be a safe person to them, and they're gonna get to know you more, whether it's romantic or not. They're going to like you more because you're demonstrating an interest in them, and that makes anybody feel good. So if you guys like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And hey, if you really enjoyed this and you want to continue getting better at social skills, check this one out right here. You'll love that one as well. Guys, I'll see you in the next one.